What's up, Grace Report? How's it going? Happy Saturday. Sorry, I had a little. Oh my gosh, give me a second here. Oh my gosh. Okay, now it's better. I was getting. I had double windows up. And thank you for being a member of the. Oh, I'm still hearing it. Okay, I think I fixed it. Did I fix it? Oh, sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. Well, thank you, Anne, for being a member. I got a second monitor and it's not working correctly right now, so I apologize. So hearts for Anne, guys, because now I'm getting double sound and I'm wondering why, because I turned this sound off. That is super annoying. All right, let me try something else. Sorry, guys. Oh, this is so annoying. All right. Well, anyways, hearts for Anne, guys. Thank you for being a member for 9 months. And what's up, Daniel, Heather, whatever, Dusty, aka Diane, Joanne, Bernadette, Lisa Boo, Pekka, Kimberly, Bia Stone, Tyrana. Give me 1 second, guys. If I do, that is super annoying. Because I'm hearing an echo on my end and I'm wondering why. It's probably a setting. Well, maybe if I do that. Hey, can you guys still hear me? Nikki, what's up? Daniel goes not too much. Just spinning turntables all on their own. Yes, Daniel posted on my Discord that he had his turntables go off by themselves to Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So I think they just wanted to hear the record. And then he had made a comment which was kind of cool. Um, which was kind of cool. He was saying he just had pressed to be notified for my show, so they probably wanna watch my show, so hey. Lisa Boo, what's up? Logical Spock, Tammy. I think I fixed it. Dusty Goes to Hut for Skeleducky. Begin yes. Somewhere behind me is a Skeleduck. I don't think you're gonna find it this time because I superly hid it. It is super hidden. You guys find it, I will be super surprised. But just remind me at the end of the stream, I will reveal its location. Bernadette, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Hearts for Bernadette, guys. Now I know where the sound came from. Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. Super annoying. I had another window up. Duh. All right. Welcome, Daniel, Dusty, Tyrana, Bia, Heather, whatever, to the Wolfpack. And also thank you, Anne, for gifting 10 memberships. Hearts for Anne and Bernadette. And then welcome Tammy, Marciana, Kat, Osiris, Cheryl, Kathy B, Christy Fox. And hopefully I didn't miss anybody, but got at Peg, Honey 2800. Welcome to the Wolfpack. Just a reminder that memberships are good for 1 month. Hearts for Anne and Bernadette. Thank you guys for the support. You guys are awesome. So what if you guys, I'm going to wait a few minutes and then we'll get into the topics that I have for tonight. So guys, what did you guys do anything interesting this weekend? Or this Saturday, I should say. And I apologize, I'm still trying to get used to this setup. Because it's a little confusing trying to find the mouse. Okay. Anne goes going to watch you the next day. Have to go to bed. Thank you, Anne, though, for dropping by. I appreciate it. And I hope you have sweet dreams. Daniel was food shopping. I worked. It was a pretty smooth day, so it wasn't too bad. Came home. The neighbors were smoking pot in their backyard. No, YouTube, I didn't say that. So I was sitting in here setting up the stream and I could smell it, and I don't have the windows open, if that makes any sense. And then as soon as I opened the back door, I could smell like burning, and I was like, great, I hope they're not gonna burn the house down. But then it stopped because I think they heard me because I said something. And got to play cornhole today with my. Oh, that's cool. Bernadette thinks she spotted the pinche duck. Dusty went to the beach and got my sun rays. I know this weekend here in Southern California, it is going to be beautiful weather. The other day I went like that because I've been in a funk. And I think it's because it's been kind of gloomy the last couple weeks. So as soon as I was able to get outside at work, I kind of took a minute to take in the rays and went back inside. Heather, whatever goes, I've been too sick to do much. Wish my dog would go on the treadmill. I hate that smell, the neighborhood smell. It's like, I don't mind if people smoke it. I just don't want to smell it in my house. You know what I mean? I don't mind, to each his own. But don't. They did that one time in the summertime too. And I have a fan in the window blowing because I don't really have an air conditioning. And they did that one time and it went into my room and I was so irritated. I was so mad. I don't mind if you smoke it, just keep it to yourself. It's like, I don't mind. Just please don't do it when I'm at home. It's super annoying. I never had this problem before. Tyran has been doing laundry and relaxing. It's a good day for it. Allison's been there's a lot of people are getting sick. So I'm hoping who's ever sick is going to be on the mend soon. Last month I got sick, so hopefully I don't catch what's going around. Because my boss was sick and I think my other boss is sick. So hopefully it's just the weather and it is the season. Brandon, what is up? Guys, if you don't know, check out before I get into my topics, check out my pinned link. It's for my Patreon. It's free to join. If you'd like to become a member, that would be appreciative, but you can join for free, and it's just another way to, just in case, because you know how YouTube can be pesky. It's just another way to keep track of me, and I will start posting over there as well. and it is on the pinned link. But if you guys would like to take a gander, I think I still have it. Oh, I still have it here. So if you guys would like to take a gander and join, you can join for free. Thank you, Bernadette, for posting the link. It's a little better than YouTube. So if I'm gonna probably start posting it over there so you guys could get notifications over there because YouTube likes to be pesky. Chris Barber, what's up? I feel like I'm all like, let me sit in my chair better. And it's the wolf pack as well over there. All right, guys. I feel like my stream got messed up because I was having technical difficulty, so now I'm all off. Well, anyways, I feel like I'm all off track. So, guys, have any of you heard of Skinwalkers? I just realized that I had never talked about Skinwalkers. And I have heard of Skinwalkers. Aussie Walk, what's up? So this article is from Oh, That's Interesting. Heather Whatever goes, I'm glad you guys are here. Skinwalkers scare me. There's also a bunch of TikTok videos that show just regular animals like a golden retriever, and it says they think it's a skinwalker. I'm not sure if you guys have seen those. Kathy B, what's up? Thank you, Dusty. You're awesome. Again, Bernadette dropped the link for my Patreon. It is free, but if you would like to support, there are options there as well. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Aaron. I actually have two articles from All That's Interesting. One's about Skinwalker Ranch, and one is this article Meet the Navajo Skinwalker, the demonic shapeshifter that Native Americans won't mention by name. According to Navajo legend, skinwalkers are shape-shifting witches that disguise themselves as deformed animals like wolves and bears. The legend of the shape-shifting entity known as the Skinwalker has largely been related to hoax status. After all, it is difficult to believe that a humanoid figure has been transforming into a four-legged animal and terrorizing families in the American Southwest. While unscientific, the Navajo Skinwalker does have deep roots in Native American lore. The rest of America got the first real taste of the Navajo legend in 1996 when the Deseret News published an article titled Frequent Flyers. The story chronicled a Utah family's traumatizing experience with the supposed creature that included cattle mutilation, disappearances, UFO sightings, and the appearance of crop circles. But the family's most distressing encounter occurred one night just 18 months after moving onto the ranch. Terry Sherman, the father of the family, was walking his dog around the ranch late at night when he encountered a wolf. But this was no ordinary wolf. It was perhaps 3 times bigger than a normal one, had glowing red eyes, and stood unfazed by 3 close-range shot Sherman blasted into its hide. The Sherman family weren't the only ones to be traumatized by the property or on the property. After they moved out, several new owners experienced eerily similar encounters with these creatures, and today the ranch has become a hub of paranormal research that aptly renamed Skinwalker Ranch. While paranormal investigators probe the property with novel intentions, What they seek has a history that is century old. This is the legend of the Navajo Skinwalker. Heather, whatever goes, some American Indians think Bigfoot is demonic too. What are skinwalkers? Inside the Navajo legend. So, what is skinwalker? As the Navajo English Dictionary explains, that the skinwalker has been translated from the Navajo. I'm gonna butcher this, guys. I apologize. The Yi Nalushi. This literally means by means of it, it goes on all fours. And the Yi Nalushi is merely one of many varieties of skinwalkers called Antehini. I know I'm butchering it. The Pueblo people, Apache, and Hopi also have their own legends involving the skinwalker. Some traditions believe that skinwalkers are born of a benevolent medicine man who abuses indigenous magic for evil. The medicine man is then given mythical powers of evil that vary from tradition to tradition, but the power all traditions mention is the ability to turn into or possess an animal or person. Other traditions believe a man, woman, or child can become a skinwalker should they commit any kind of deep seated taboo. The skinwalker walkers are described as beings mostly animalistic physically, even when they are in human form. They are reportedly near impossible to kill except with a bullet or knife dipped in white ash. Little more is known about the purported being, as the Navajo are staunchly reluctant to discuss it with outsiders, and often, even amongst each other, traditional belief portends that speaking about the malevolent beings is not only bad luck, but makes their appearance all the more likely. Native American writer and historian Adrienne Keene explained how J.K. Rowling use of similar entities in her Harry Potter series affected indigenous people who believed in the Skinwalker. What happens when Rowling pulls this in is we, as Native people, are now opened up to a barrage of questions about these beliefs and traditions, said Keene. But these are not things that need or should be discussed by outsiders. Thanks, Anne, for dropping by. In 1996, a couple of outsiders were introduced to the legend after a series of inexplicable events occurred at their new ranch. Terry and Gwen Sherman first observed UFOs of varied sizes hovering above their property, and then 7 of their cows died or disappeared. One was reportedly found with a hole cut into the center of its left eyeball. Another had its rectum carved out. Ooh. The cattle the Shermans did find dead were both surrounded by an odd chemical smell. One was found dead in a clump of trees. The branches above appeared to have been cut off. One of the cows that vanished had left tracks in the snow that suddenly stopped. If it's snow, it's hard for a 1,200 or 1,400-pound animal to just walk off without leaving tracks, or to stop and walk backwards completely and never miss their tracks, Terry Sherman said. It was just gone. It was very bizarre. Perhaps most terrifying were the voices Terry Sherman heard while walking his dogs late one night. Sherman reported that the voices spoke in a language he didn't recognize. He estimated that they came from about 25 feet away, but he couldn't see a thing. His dogs went berserk, barked, and ran back hastily to the house. After the Shermans sold their property, these incidents only continued. Chris Barber goes, ouch. Tyranno goes, ew. That's what I was thinking. Ugh. Are skinwalkers real? UFO enthusiast and Las Vegas realtor Robert Bigelow bought the ranch for $200,000 in 1996. He established the National Institute of Discovery Science on the grounds and put up substantial surveillance. The goal was to assess what exactly had been going on there. On March 12th, 1997, Bigelow Bigelow employee biochemist Dr. Calm Keller spotted a large humanoid figure perched in a tree, detailed in his book, Hunt for the Skinwalker. The creature was 20 feet off the ground and about 50 feet away, Keller wrote. The large creature that lay motionless, almost casually in the tree. The only indication of the beast's presence was the penetrating yellow light of the unblinking eyes as they stared fixedly back into the light. Keller fired at the supposed skinwalker with a pew pew, but it fled. It left claw marks and imprints on the ground. Keller described the evidence as signs of a bird of prey, maybe a raptor print, but huge, and from the depths of the print, from a very heavy creature. This was only a few days after another unnerving incident. The ranch manager and his wife had just tagged a calf before their dog began acting strangely. They went back to investigate 45 minutes later, and in the field in broad daylight found the calf and its body cavity empty. Insanguination, no, said Keller. Most people know of an 84-pound calf is killed. There is blood spread around. It was as if all the blood had been removed in a very thorough way. Insanguination. The distressing activity continued well into the summer. 3 eyewitnesses saw a very large animal in a tree and also another large animal at the base of the tree, continued Keller. We had videotape equipment, night vision equipment. We started hunting around the tree for the carcasses, and there was no evidence whatsoever. Ultimately, Bigelow and his research team experienced over 100 incidents on the property, but couldn't amass the kind of evidence that scientific publication would accept with credulity. Bigelow sold the ranch to a company called Adamantium Holdings for 4.5 million in 2006. Nevertheless, the research on Skinwalker Ranch is more sophisticated and secretive than ever. Skinwalkers in modern pop culture. There are many stories about skinwalkers online in such forums as Reddit. These experiences commonly occur on Native American reservations and are allegedly only prevented by the blessings of medicine men. While it's difficult to discern just how truthful these accounts are, the descriptions are almost always the same. A four-legged beast with a disturbingly human, albeit marred face and orange-red glowing eyes. Those who claimed to have seen these skinwalkers also said that they were fast and made hellish noise. Skinwalkers have crept back into popular culture through television shows such as HBO The Outsiders and the History Channel's upcoming The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch documentary series. I'm not sure when this article was written. For horror-centric programming, a virtually demonic being that roams the countryside is rather perfect. Since taking over Skinwalker Ranch, Animadium has installed equipment all over the property, including cameras, alarm systems, infrared, and more. Most alarmingly, however, are the accounts from company employees. According to Vice, employee Thomas Winterton was one of the several who randomly experienced skin inflammation and nausea after working on the grounds. Some had to be hospitalized with no clear medical diagnosis for their condition. This and the following account parallel some of the inexplicable events featured on sci-fi shows like The Outsider. As Winterton reported, I take my trek up the road, and as I start to get closer, I start to get really scared. Just this feeling that takes over. Then I hear this voice as clear as you and me talking right now that say, stop, turn around. I lean out the window with my spotlight and start searching around. Nothing. Despite this dreadful experience, Winterton reported that he isn't leaving Skinwalker Ranch anytime soon. It's like the ranch calls to you, he said with a wry smile. Okay, then it's saying, look into the chupacabra and the child eating wendigo. All right. So, guys, what do you think of skinwalkers? Do you think they walk the earth, or do you think it is just a myth or legend? And I think I forgot to share my screen, didn't I? No, I think I shared it. Oh my gosh, I'm all off today. I think they're a possibility. Bia Stone says aliens. Well, I mean, the article did explain that the cattle was being violated, but there was no blood. Elaine goes, we watched The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. I'm still not sure. Dusty found the tacked snow prints vanishing very interesting. Oh, that's awesome, Daniel. Leonore believes in skinwalkers. I believe in skinwalkers. I believe that they exist. Even though I have not, I still do need proof though, but I do believe the existence and the legend. Tracked! Dusty Mitt. I found the tracked snow prints vanishing very interesting. I have not, I've heard of Skinwalker Ranch, but I did not watch that documentary, so I do need to check it out. But I have seen people go there in search of a skinwalker, and there's also a bunch of, as I was saying before, a bunch of TikTok videos where people are claiming that their run-of-the-mill golden retriever is actually a skinwalker, or their terrier is a skinwalker and not their dog, which I feel is kind of crazy. Chris Barber goes, I dig Indian. So do I. I've always been fascinated with Native American myths and legends. When I was younger, I was always fascinated with it. It was something. It was weird. It was something I could relate to. Their their spirit. Their spirituality, I guess you could say, was something I could relate to. So I've always followed and I've always been interested in Native American. Daniel goes, she's my secret weapon to find the aliens? For sure, Daniel. I also have a little article. Tyrana goes, it's interesting for sure. I also have a article um about Skinwalker Ranch that I wanted to share too. Hopefully it doesn't double the information, but I thought it was kind of interesting to share both. And this one's discover the secrets of Skinwalker Ranch from Navajo shapeshifters to UFO encounters. This 512-acre plot of land in Utah known as Skinwalker Ranch is said to be cursed with UFOs, witches, and horrific cattle mutilations. Look inside if you dare. So hopefully, I'm hoping this doesn't repeat what I had just read, but maybe it'll add some extra information. Since 1996, Skinwalker Ranch has established itself as a possible paranormal hotspot. For some theorists, the 512-acre plot of land in Utah potentially holds answers to UFO and crop circle phenomenon. Some even believe extraterrestrial activity regularly happens there. The Ballard property derived its name from the Navajo folktale of the Skinwalker. As legend has it, the ominous being is a malevolent witch. It can transform itself into any creature it chooses. These are typically four-legged mammals like coyotes, but skinwalkers can sometimes appear as owls or crows. While skeptics think the whole concept is just a myth, eyewitness accounts across the decades beg to differ. On top of that, there's more to the ranch than just shapeshifters. According to history, cattle have been found mutilated in an oddly surgical and bloodless manner on the property. Alleged UFO sightings have been plentiful in the sky, and some have called the place cursed. It all began with Terry Sherman, who essentially fled his newly bought property after experiencing too much unusual activity to handle. It was 1996. I would have kept the property. Heather whatever goes, I'm not going to Skinwalker Ranch. I'll guard the gate while you guys go. Dusty goes, American Indians are very close to the land and animals. What is Skinwalker Ranch? I kind of read, hopefully, it'll give a little different information here. Almost nobody knew about the site until the Deseret News published an article called Frequent Flyers, which had said in the previous article, on June 30th, 1996. It chronicled how desperate property owners Terry and Gwen Sherman were to stop the purported UFO activity plaguing their new home. For a long time, we wondered what we were seeing, if it was something to do with a top secret project, said Terry Sherman. I don't know really what to think about it. The couple, their teenage son and their 10-year-old daughter, all claim they have seen three specific types of UFOs numerous times during the course of 15 months. One was small and boxy, another was 40 feet long, and the third was an enormous craft the size of several football fields. One of them shone a red wave of light, another emerged out of a circular orange orb resembling an aerial doorway. To their credit, the Shermans videotaped two of their sightings. Meanwhile, they also observed crop circles. One instance saw three 8-foot circles in a triangular pattern, 30 feet from each other on flattened grass. A nearby pasture had circles 3 feet wide and a foot or two deep, with perfectly flattened dirt in the center. As time went on, incidents on Skinwalker Ranch only got weirder and scarier. One night, a flying light followed Gwen Sherman on her drive home. On another, while Terry Sherman was out in the field with the family dogs, he heard male voices speaking an unfamiliar language, and they seemed to be speaking about 25 feet above him. His dogs went crazy. At one point, 7 of the family's cows were either missing or dead. The cattle deaths were bizarre to say the least. One dead cow had a hole cut in the center of its left eyeball, but otherwise untouched. Another dead cow had the same incision as well as a 6-inch hole carved out of its. A strange chemical smell was present both times. I don't want to picture that. Other cows disappeared entirely, some with their hoof prints suddenly stopping in the path they'd left behind. We've seen the UFOs enough and we know pretty much what the craft looks like, and I think it's definitely associated with the cattle mutilation, said Terry Sherman. When we see the crafts and then the cattle, we have problems. You talk you talk to a lot of people around here that at one time or another have seen something they can't explain, Terry Sherman added. There's been a lot of cattle mutilations and a lot of them weren't reported. Several ranchers told me that when they had a mutilation, they called the authorities and the authorities couldn't do anything, so it was just a waste of time and effort. While some in the region adamantly believe the Shermans, no concrete evidence of their accounts have confirmed their stories. On the other hand, the family was supposedly so terrified of their property that they sold it just 18 months after moving in. It only took 3 months for Las Vegas real estate giant and UFO enthusiast Robert, I so want to say Bigelow, to take it off their hands for 200,000. This is when Skinwalker Ranch pivoted from being a UFO-centric place of interest to one of more earthly demonic entities from Native American legends. Heather Whatever goes, I love my yard animals. It would be sad to find. Same here, Heather Whatever. I do too. Heather Whatever goes, the Deseret News is a Mormon publication? I did not know. Leonore, what's up if I didn't say what's up? Stories of the mythical Skinwalker. Before he left the property, Terry Sherman reported seeing a wolf 3 times bigger than normal at one point. He pew-pewed at it 3 times with a rifle at pew-pew-pew at close range to no avail. And after Bigelow bought the property under the National Institute of Discovery Science, things got stranger. Biochemist Calm Keller said that on the night of March 12th, 1997, he saw a big humanoid figure perch on a tree, and it was observing the research team, which he had explained. Oh, that's kind of cool. Which he had mentioned in the previous article. So he's saying the large creature that laid motionless almost casually in the tree, which we heard in the previous article. Keller said he fired at the figure before it vanished, but not before he noticed how it looked. The shape had sharp claws and resembled a predatory bird. He said it looked heavy. This description and later report sightings seemed eerily reminiscent of the Navajo legend. According to the Navajo English Dictionary by William Morgan and Leon Wall, the word skinwalker Navajo translates to ye now Lushi, meaning by means of it, it goes on all fours. The tribe is reluctant to discuss the legend with outsiders, making it all the more mysterious. And with the ranch being 400 miles removed from Navajo Nation, the lack of answers made the sightings even more intriguing. According to Clyde Cluckhans, Navajo witchcraft, skinwalkers represent the opposite of Navajo values. While medicine men and healers of the tribe symbolize good, these shape-shifting witches represent evil. Ultimately, Bigelow's institute was intended to confirm or disconfirm the existence of these beings in the area by using modern equipment to garner evidence. Keller, an investigative journalist, George Knapp, reportedly experienced nearly 100 incidents. In the end, unfortunately, these involved admitted they had difficulty obtaining solid evidence. Bigelow sold the ranch to a company called Animatium Real Estate Holdings in 2016. But according to Vice, research into the paranormal on Skinwalker Ranch has continued. That's weird, Heather Witter, because I've never heard of the Deseret. The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. The owner of Animatum Holdings remains anonymous, though the History Channel aired a new documentary series in March of 2020. As one might guess, the shadowy figure seemed rather convinced that something is indeed regularly occurring in the region. Facing the reality of our mortality is sobering. The mysterious owner told Vice, the anomalies at Skinwalker Ranch, the things that have been reported there over decades, if not hundreds of years, they seem to attest to the fact that we live in a strange universe. Perhaps we are not alone. I think the opportunity to take a living laboratory like the ranch, a place that seems to be the center of gravity of so much of the unexplained, it is a unique experience. I manage and lead an effort that I believe is the greatest science project of all time. Today, the Ranch Scientific Project is run out of the Command Center, a high-tech hub designed by plasma physicist Eric Bird. The property is wired with surveillance systems set up to catch any strange activity. In the last few years, numerous people on the site have become sick with mysterious illnesses, and many employees at the ranch have had disquieting experiences, even the head of security. I thought it was all a bunch of crap, he said of the legend. Then, one night, I'm in one of the bedrooms in the ranch house. I'm lying down trying to get to sleep, and then all of a sudden, bam, something slams into my bed. It's like when your kids jump into your bed when you or someone big need the bed. I sit up and turn on the lights, nothing there. This is one of the many stories people who have visited Skinwalker Ranch have told. But what exactly is happening on the famed Utah property remains unexplained by science. So that's a little about Skinwalker Ranch and McDonald's. So there has to be something there, because why would a family after 18 months sell the ranch? So it makes no but and then the second buyer that had bought the ranch could not get any substantial evidence. But apparently, I guess the person that owns it now, which is anonymous, has it's wired. So there's security cameras that could catch anything. Elaine goes, anybody want fries? Chris goes, now I'm hungry. The only way, as I always say, the only way to discover something real is actually investigate it yourself. But I'm not sure if you can actually go on Skinwalker Ranch. I would assume you couldn't because it's kind of like a scientific experiment the way they set everything up. So that's kind of weird. But that would be your only way to figure out if there's something really there and see it with your own eyes. To go through those gates and spend a night at Skinwalker Ranch. I mean, I would. I'd be curious to see what's out there. What about you guys? Would you guys brave Skinwalker Ranch? I would go. I would go because I actually want to go. Daniel says I think Josh Gates got to go there a night time and do a show. Oh, cool. I would go. I would go just to see what the hype is. Heather, whatever goes, doesn't that thing in the tree sound like Mothman? It does, kind of, because it's bird like. It's a bird like creature. Well, one person described it as a bird like creature with yellow eyes, and then the other person described it more as a wolf. And that's how I pictured a skinwalker, more as a wolf with red eyes, but it could be anything. They even said it could be an owl. Elaine goes, I would, as long as Heather didn't leave gate duty. Be a Stone would go. I would go with the proper protection. Because you don't know what you'll face out there. You don't know what you'll face out there. You don't know. You don't know. You might even see little green men while you're out there. So it might not necessarily be skinwalkers. Dusty goes, the finding of mutilated animals is disturbing and unexplained, but don't the Indians use peyote to help them with visions with the spirit world? Psychedelics can be a big influence. I believe they do, but don't quote me. Heather, whatever's like, I'll be there. Don't worry. With the proper amenities, I would go. As long as I could drive in there, be kind of protected with my car. Leonora goes, add to the list of boocations. You never know, because it could be something. It could be something demonic there too. Not you never know what went on that land. Heather, whatever goes, that doesn't mean I wait to close the gate behind us. It's every wolf for themselves. Heck, you may even find real animals while you're there. That is super crazy. All right, guys, I have a video. Oh, I have several videos to show you. And then we'll just go from there. This one is from TikTok. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. So this one is from TikTok. So the backstory is the babysitter plays hide and seek. The backstory to this video, this guy is babysitting a little girl and she has this weird looking doll. It almost looks like a real doll. And she had commented, I should have played that video first. She had commented in that video that when she plays hide and seek with said doll that it moves. So the babysitter decided to play on that notion and play hide and seek.
What you doing over there? Nice. What was it that you told me earlier about your doll?
This was a well, I'll play the first video. One.
You said it moves? Yeah. That doll? This doll? Yeah. You said it moves? Yeah. Like you move it or what when does it move? When you play hide and seek with her. When you play hide and seek?
It looks like one of those real babies. I don't know what they call them.
What you doing over there?
All right, so there's a second video. I thought I had the second one. So that's the first video. So the second video, he decides, let me see if I can find it because I thought I had the second one. He decides to go on that notion to see if the doll actually moves. So this is the second part to that video. So he decided, I hope this is the right one. He decided to, as I was saying, play hide and seek.
I'm playing hide and seek. Oh my god. Sadie, you scared me. Don't do that, dude.
So the dog wanted to play too. All right, I don't know if I got you on that one. But this video was kind of interesting. That is reborns. Okay, reborn doll. I said real doll. I think real doll is something else. That is the jump scare of the night, guys. I'll play it again. It was kind of. I was paying so attention to the doll that the dog actually got me.
I'm 10. I'm playing hide and seek.
So I'll play it again for you guys because that doll is creepy looking.
Oh my god. Sadie, you scared me. Don't do that, dude. I'm 10.
But unfortunately, the doll never moved. I think there's a 4. Oh, there's another one that involves this doll. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. It's something even crazier. Yeah, there's like 4 videos with this doll. But that one was the jump scare of the night. Heather, whatever, is like, good one, you got me. Dusty was like, that was funny. Dog wants to see where he went. Chris goes, my mom collected dolls. I'm not really into them. I like creepy dolls, and that looked creepy. So apparently there's this there's like 4 videos. Let me see if I can find it. So this one, apparently the babysitter puts the little girl in her bed and helps her to sleep. He's in the living room and he sees the dog staring at the doll.
Like, noticed the dog has been staring at the doll. Looking at it. I'm kind of freaked out right now.
Part 3.
So the dog is now staring at the doll and growling, which adds on to what the little girl is saying. Just imagine being this babysitter. Daniel goes, "Wanna play?" Leonora goes, "Those kind of dolls freak me out. This one looks real. That's what's creepy about it." Let me see if I can find the. I know it's in here because I saw it. Let me see if I can find it. So basically, in the next video that I'm about to show you, the babysitter's sleeping on the couch, and he awakes because he hears a piano toy play in the other room where the said doll is. Chris goes, "Last time the baby sitting there, that's a creepy." It is. I'm sure he's not going to go back unless he's a family friend. If he's a family friend, I don't. How do you explain that? Your daughter's doll is haunted. So in this one, it almost looks like the doll is moving, doesn't it? What the heck? It looks like the doll is
Yo.
moving. Oh, it did.
Part 4.
What? WTF is right. This one got me. What the heck?
Yo.
Part 4.
So, guys, what do you think of this video? I'm like, what the heck? Heather, whatever goes take the doll to and toss it over the fence. Matthew! Super cool. That is super cool, Matthew. So, guys, what do you think of that video? Do you think it is a haunted doll? That doll, he wakes up to the little toy piano that happens to be right by that creepy reborn doll or whatever they're called. That's super creepy. Gene, Rick, what's up? That's what that was my face. You guys saw it. Heather, whatever. I was like, WTF? Literally, you could see the doll move, but it's so dark, so you can't see. Elaine, I believe it. Dusty is saying, "Can I show it again?" Sure. See if I can find it. Like, look at it. The doll's moving. Like, WTF.
Yo.
It's doing
Part 4.
it's doing, you know how when Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator, he comes from the future and he's like crawled, he's in that Superman stance kind of, and he lifts that's kind of what the doll was doing. How he slowly lifted up, opened his eyes, then it goes doo 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 doo. No, that is crazy. What, Ozzy? See? YouTube is being pesky, guys. Just remember to recheck to make sure you're sub. Ozzy just said, I just noticed YouTube had me unsub to you, Lisa. Like, what? WTF? You got just triple check, guys, that you are subscribed to me because YouTube does purge subscribers. And I think it happened to Heather whatever as well. So this is the second one. Leonardo goes, when a doll looks too realistic, super creepy. Moving Chucky. Heather whatever goes, the full moon affects YouTube. Matthew goes, I saw a video of a doll walking off a table on TV a few years ago. Daniel triple checked and he's good. He's all subscribed, all checked off. Ozzy goes, I'm so over YouTube's BS. I don't even want to make many videos anymore after I see what they do to creators. I know, they're pesky. That's why I have other places that you guys can make sure like Patreon or my socials, that way you know when I'm going live, because YouTube likes to hide and be pesky. Dusty goes, does that doll have mechanics that make it move? As far as I know, no. I don't think those reborn dolls do. And then I guess there's a person on Instagram that has reborn dolls that he brings them back to life, but it's a program that he uses to do that. But it's hard to tell with videos nowadays because of the technology we have. So I'm always a little skeptical. I do believe like in the paranormal, but I'm always a little skeptical when it comes to videos because of the technology and I mean, I am not great at editing at all. So I couldn't do anything like that. You would see my edits, in other words. Ozzy goes, I was wondering if they put something under the clothes that makes it move. Or they could have, because it just kind of lifted up and then it falls over. They could have put a string around it, like a rope, because it's so dark we can't see what's on the other side. So it's kind of hard to see. Heather had made a reborn doll. They are creepy looking. Chris Barber goes, too easy to fake nowadays. True. Very true. That's why I always say, if you want to find something out yourself, go to that place and investigate it yourself and see it with your own eyes. Like, debunk a place. Like, go in there and challenge the alleged sightings that they say happen at the wherever place it may be. Maybe a hotel, it may be a tunnel, it may be a trail, whatever it may be. But whatever it is, it's a great video. Regardless, it has that scary factor to it. And thank you, Heather, whatever, for your PayPal. Ha, my grown sons are here. Mom yells again. Cool. Thank you, Heather, whatever. Hearts for Heather, whatever, guys. And thank you, Heather, whatever, for your support. You are awesome. but it was a very good video. I have another video, and it's kind of weird because it is from an Instagram profile, and I wanted to see your take on it. And it's funny because this is a Heather whatever said the first jump scare got me. This oh no, I don't want to give it away yet. This is from it's Gracie's Art and Supper Club, which is weird because it's actually a restaurant and bar and private members club. So the fact that they caught something paranormal is kind of crazy. And I have two videos for you, and I wanted to see what you thought of them because I one of them I'm like no way, but this one's kind of crazy looking. But I feel like this place already I've never heard of it, but I'm assuming with 9,687 followers, it has some type of clout. So why would they fake paranormal? But here it goes. Here's one of them. And it's super small, so I don't know if you could see it. So you guys, what do you think of this video? Apparently it is a apparition walking down. They're saying that it was CCTV footage. And mind you, this is a restaurant. But I feel like I kind of go with how this person says double exposure. That was my first thought. What do you guys think this could be? Elaine was duck hunting. I was thinking how like CCTV cameras will catch images even though they're not there. So I was thinking Crisco something like that is easy to fake. And to me it looks like a reflection kind of. But then again, like I said, it's a restaurant. So why would they post random and they only have two videos that are paranormal. And the rest is all about their restaurant and the food and the environment. And I will show the second one in a bit. But why would they show something paranormal? I feel like it looks like a pretty swanky place by the pictures. So I feel like they wouldn't do it for publicity. Heather, whatever goes on a CC video, doesn't it record over the old one? Let me look that up. It's saying generally security camera footage lasts from 3 months to 1 year based on cases. The old footage is deleted automatically to create space for new recordings. Note that each security camera is different and storage space too. So I guess depends on the camera. Tyranna goes, it looks real. Chris Barber would like to believe it because it does look like a person dressed up as a soldier or a policeman maybe at the time. I'm not sure where this restaurant is, to be honest with you. I should have looked that up. Let me look that up. It's in Valletta, Malta. Heather, whatever goes every couple of days or so in Idaho murders. They say the car video could have been taped over if the worker there hadn't thought to look at it. Maybe it depends on the camera the cameras, because I know the cameras, like, probably like the Ring cameras, or obviously that's not what that is because that's a business. But like the Ring cameras, I think you could go in there and it deletes. I don't think it records over, but maybe that particular camera system it does. It just depends. The article, when I googled it, did say that different cameras are different. Leonardo goes, someone called Ghostbusters. Matthew goes, looks like they overlaid him over another video from the same stairs, a Pepper's ghost effect. That's kind of what I thought when I saw it. Matthew goes, it looks like modern clothes in my 55 TV. By what I saw, it looked like a like a like someone dressed as a soldier or something like that. So if you they have another video. They have another video which that one I was like, yeah, right. So this one I guess is apparently in the restaurant or the bar area, I'm guessing. I'm not sure if you can see it cuz it is kind of small. This one, when I saw it, I was like, yeah, right. It literally. Oh, someone says in the comments, I figured this one was fake because the chair, you have a spirit walking, the same said dude walking, and then the chair pulls out and the said dude sits on it. And I was like, yeah, right. But I can't see, it's not big enough for me to see it here. But I guess one of the commenters said that the bottom right corner of the big doorway, you could see the shadow of a string and someone pulling it. So I'm not sure if you guys could see it if you're watching on a bigger TV. Thank you, Shauna. Heather, whatever goes, spirits use the stairs, not the elevator. Maybe they don't have an elevator there. I don't know. I've never been there. But this one for sure, I felt like was over the top. Be a stone goes, he wants a meal. Because literally the chair pulls out and the guy sits in it. And I was like, yeah, right. Most of the videos I see, the chair moves, nothing sits in it. Matthew goes, this one looks like a living person pulled the chair and sits. Because I really felt this one, I really felt was over the top. I just felt like that was unbelievable to me. Tyrannic goes, staged. That's what I felt. I felt that it was staged. Chris Barber goes, could you imagine never enjoying food again? Oh my gosh. True. Or imagining being stuck in a place where you could never leave. That would be crazy. Dusty goes, is that a cat moving across and under? I don't know because it's small on my end. Like, it doesn't go any bigger for me on my end. You even see, like, on the frame here to the left, you could see like a flicker. Like they edited the video or something. Fuzz, what's up? Fuzz goes, spirits probably use the stairs because they might not be able to press buttons. Leonard goes, that's iffy, Lisa. Glad you were able to make it, Fuzz. I should watch it on my phone so I could kind of like enlarge it. Oh, thank you, Elaine, for becoming a Patreon. I know I said thank you earlier, but I just wanted to give you another shout out if you're still in the chat. Thank you, Elaine. And again, if you guys would like to join my Patreon, it is pinned to the top of this chat. It is free to join. It's just another way to keep in touch. Ozzy just let me know that they were unsubbed by YouTube, so just triple check to make sure you're still subscribed. I'm glad you were able to, Shauna, I'm glad you were able to get that squared away. It sucks. Chris goes, ghosts ain't solid. They should be able to go where they want. Bia goes, I wonder if the chair was still pulled out when staff showed up. Thank you, Tyranna. And then Brandon also dropped it in the chat as well, the link. What is that called? Let me see so I could see it closer because I cannot see that video at all. It's like the video is literally this small. Literally. I do not see a cat. Thank you, Lisa Boo, for dropping by. Thank you, Fuzz. I do see the black shadow, but it looks like it's a shadow from the boot. Like the shoe. Bia goes, how long did he wait for a server? He was probably waiting a very long time and then he got irritated and got up and left. Which is he probably was like, forget this. Or it depends. Maybe he wanted a cup of coffee. I got another video to show you. This one is actually from Unilad. What the heck is that? Oh, I was like, wait a minute. Where's the article? There it is. Uniland and let's go. It's terrifying moment. Ghost appears on a road that had lots of fatal accidents on it. And this one's kind of interesting. It was this was kind of interesting. This was kind of recent, which is what I was trying to say. It was posted on the 23rd of January. I cannot believe this month is almost gone. The article disappeared on me. What? Where'd it go? Give me a second, guys. It disappeared on me. I know it's a ghost article. Wendy, what's up? Which video game were you playing, Wendy? Oh my gosh, what's up with this? All right, what's the name of it? Oh, it was in Fresno. Why did it disappear? All right, take 5. Not that one. Gotta love technology. All right, take 5. So, terrifying moment. Ghost appears on road that has a lot of fatal accidents on it. Eerie footage caught in California shows the moment a ghost walked across the middle of a road before disappearing. Driving down an empty road at night can be creepy enough as it is. The last thing you need is a supernatural element added into the equation. And I will show you the video. I'll show you now. Forget that. I was going to wait till the end, but it's kind of giving it away. After the ad. Oh, now it sounds like an Atari game. Sounds like the what game is it? The boxing game on Atari? Oh my guys. So I guess you can't tell ghosts what to do though. So one woman from Fresno was forced to deal with it when she appeared to have a ghostly sighting on Monday, the 22nd of January. Thankfully, the woman did at least have footage of the scene to allow other people to share in her experience. It looks like she was holding her phone while she was driving. She shared the video after seeing the ghost while on her drive home from Table Mountain Casino, which she recorded due to the fog patches lingering on the road that night. As the car made its way around a long bend, what looks like a transparent figure suddenly appeared in the middle of the road and took that Tanks game on Atari. Tanks of the road. I don't know what the name of it is. Middle of the road and took a few steps toward the other lane. Just as quickly as it appeared, the ghostly figure disappeared once again into the night as the car continued to approach. A caption on the video reads, "Y'all see that?" The sighting took place at approximately 8:50 p.m. along Friant Road, a road that's been the site of numerous fatal accidents over the years. In 2023, a woman died after her car collided with a tow truck at around 1 a.m. at the intersection of Friant Road and Shepherd Avenue. Also late last year, a 50-year-old doctor and his wife died on the road after crashing into a tree. According to yes, legend suggests the ghost of a former police officer patrols Friant Road and pulls over cars to warn them about potential accidents. The officer is believed to have died on a stretch of Friant Road in a car crash. After seeing the footage of the latest ghostly sightings online, viewers took to the comments to share their thoughts. "Definitely a ghost," one viewer commented, while another wrote, "Yes, I have seen and heard many ghosts on roads." But other viewers weren't so sure. "More than likely, dust kicked up by a breeze," one person argued, while some commented, "Looks like oncoming car light reflecting fog." Some viewers have claimed the footage is edited, but whether experience ex- what whatever the explanation of the footage, it definitely serves as a good reminder of anyone traveling on Bryant Road to be careful and be conscious of what's going on outside the car. So, what do you think this foggy, spectral mass was on the road? Do you believe she caught a ghost while she was driving, or do you believe that it was a reflection? And it looks like she's holding the phone up while she's driving because of the way the phone looks. Heather, whatever goes stuck for all eternity on the job. Leonore goes, the ghosts don't want you to see it when true. When it went all white. I have no idea why. Matthew goes, I saw several other videos with car radar system seeing human figures by the cemetery. Apparently, like I shared in my last stream that a Tesla can see figures in a cemetery. That when you're driving through, it shows it on, because in a Tesla, you see the car driving. It kind of has a what do you call it, like a diagram, a moving diagram, where you have your car and it will show like people walking, but they'll go through a cemetery and there's no one there, but you'll see people walking around. Dusty goes, definitely saw something white cross the road. Tyranna goes, that would be scary if you're going down the road and that you see a ghost.
Let's get together.
God, that's loud. Once I skip. Oh, it's like it's crossing the road. Whatever it is. It's like it's crossing the road, which they believe is a police officer trying to pull cars over to prevent. Elaine goes, jump scare bonus. There's a road by me where they say if you drive down it, which I've never seen it, but allegedly they say if you drive down it, you will see, it's a 2-lane highway, it's dark. If you drive down it late at night, you'll see a car broken down on the side of the road, and you'll pass it with a person standing outside, and you'll pass it and you'll see it in the rear view mirror, and there's nothing there. But I have never seen it. But it's allegedly someone's seen it, because they're saying it's haunted. But then again, I've never really driven down that road late at night. So I've driven it at night, but not late at night. But it's kind of like a road, probably like Friant Road, which it looks like. It looks like it's a dark 2-lane highway. But apparently that's what they say. You'll drive and you'll see like an accident or a broken down car, one of the two, and there's a person standing out like they're trying to get help. And when you drive by and look through your rear view mirror, you won't. It disappears. Like it's a ghost ghost broken down car or accident or whatever it may be. And it's dark. Like there's literally no lights there. Heather whatever goes, that would be freaky. I'm sure if you go late at night and you're probably the only car, you probably yeah, that would be crazy. Cause it's freaky driving it at night, but there's cars there, it's still freaky. But they also said that area of Friant Road, I believe is what they said, in Fresno is also the site of multiple accidents. So I wouldn't be surprised that something is there left behind. Especially if someone passed away tragically, like unexpectedly. So I would think I mean, you would somehow stay there in that place. Maybe not possibly knowing you passed or wanting to help others to prevent what happened to you, which is super freaky. Heather whatever goes, I can't see it. I wish they didn't circle. I wish they didn't either because the circle kind of gives it away, but I guess they slowed it down so you could see it, but it's there. It kind of you could see like a little white fog cross the street. Heather whatever goes, there was a missing girl in Fresno last year. They found her in her car off of a steep area. Wow. That's crazy. There's a right down the street from me is a it's a freeway overpass. Um Never had ever a problem, and I guess one night it was a while ago. It was I think it was in September or something. A car actually went off the overpass and caught on fire, and the person in it passed away, and he was only 23 years old, and it's down the street from me. They have a the family I guess has a memorial for him, and I always wonder every time I drive by it, I always wonder if he's still there. I don't know if you guys think of that stuff, but I think of that stuff, and I've always wondered, but I don't want to be insensitive. But I've always wondered because it's sad that the kid had a life to live, and I that is not the way to go. But I've always wondered if he still is there. And it's the way I go to go to work. But luckily by the time I got up, they had already removed the car, but you could see the charred I believed it happened like at 4 in the morning. But luckily there's nothing there for it to catch on fire, like any homes near there. It's kind of like just the bridge. So it was like not luckily nothing caught on fire. So I've always wondered if he's still there. I don't want to be insensitive because it does I'm not insensitive to those things, but um I always think of that when I'm driving by it. Or I'm always wondering if I'm going to see something cuz I'll drive by it late at night and I'm like I'm wondering. Elaine goes, I yell all the time about how the sides of the overpasses are 3 feet high in Houston. It freaks me out. There's one here. It is the highest freaking on ramp where it's going from one freeway to the other. And usually those don't freak me out, but this one freaked me out and I will never go on it again. Luckily, I don't drive that freeway too much and have to go through it, but I had to go through it once. Scared the crap out of me. Those usually don't, but that one did. Heather, whatever goes. There was one where someone went off a bridge and drove into someone's house. Whoa. Luckily, where this one is, or where it occurred, there's no houses. It's just basically the bridge or the overpass, I guess you could say. And it's funny because there's a Facebook city group that you can join, and someone was like, and I've lived here pretty much all my life, so I've never seen, that's the first time I've ever seen that happen ever. And they were like, I drive through that underpass and I'm afraid that it's going to happen again. And I was like thinking in my head, not to be mean or anything, I was thinking in my head, that is the first time that has ever happened. I think we're good. They do. I think it does have guardrails. If I'm not mistaken, it does. It has rails. But I don't know like what exactly happened. I just know uh the age. Let me see. Just out of curiosity. If this is something else. I like when you I think it was this. No, this is something else. Holy crap, there's a lot of people that age. That sucks. There's also well, they're expanding the freeway, but there's also they're expanding it enough because there's always accidents right there. But there's always, if you Google it, you'll always see that there's accidents in that intersection. I drive it a lot of times too. Dusty goes, there is a 22-mile stretch of curves on a narrow highway we have to drive to get to town. So many memorials along that road, always new ones every year. It's sad. It's just some people don't know they don't slow down. I'm not sure what the backstory was, or what happened for it to occur, because it was very vague when it came out. Hold on. The highway interchange between, I got a pop-up and I was trying to click off of it. The highway interchange between 70 and 75 is really bad if a truck is going too fast around the corner. Tyrannical, I'd be afraid to drive on that. It is. It's just people sometimes they just drive because especially here a lot of people drive, they don't know how to drive. I don't know how to explain it. I think they just don't know um they just don't know how to drive here, and they're in a hurry. So they just, but I don't know. I can't find any. I was looking something right now, but I can't find anything concrete with him because it was so vague. But I always wonder every time I drive by, if his spirit still is hanging around there because he died tragically. Chris Barber goes, there are idiots everywhere. There are. There's people free, especially here. Nerd report in the house, especially here, because we don't get rain too often. It's not like in Washington State where they get rain all the time. People drive as if the roads are dry here. And I'm like, I can barely see. How are you driving 80 plus? It's annoying. Especially when it's pouring, I cannot see clearly. So I don't understand how people are driving 80 plus on the freeway. And they're big trucks too. These aren't like cars. It takes longer for a truck to stop. Nerd Report with the support, Lisa. Thank you, Nerd Report. Chris goes, same with idiots on snow. I can imagine if we got snow. Oh my gosh. Heather goes, right after the first rain for a while, it's got oil. Yes. And people just drive as if it's still dry. Like the roads are still dry here. Dusty goes, the speed limit on this stretch is 35, but nobody goes less than 40. Most 45. We have wild pigs come out that people don't have time to stop for. If you knew there were wild pigs on those roads, I would not be driving that fast. I don't care how many cars I have behind me. I will not drive that fast if I knew there were a possibility of a wild pig crossing my path. I would feel so bad if I hit one of them. I'm one of those that will kind of try to slow down if I see a squirrel. I mean, I don't want to cause an accident at the same time, but luckily usually nobody's behind me when I see squirrels and possums and skunks. I even feel bad when I see a possum or skunk on the road. I'm like, oh, because I love possums. Kyle in the CV, I explained them earlier. If you want to see it on the replay, I actually clicked off the article. Unfortunately. Chris goes, driving down to Kentucky is bad with the deer. Imagine doing 70 and hitting a deer. I think someone, they were part of where I work. We went through like a remodel, so they were part of the remodel team, and he was saying a story. He's like, I hit a deer once. And he was in a work car when he hit the deer. I forgot where he said he lives up north, like he lives in Idaho, but for some weird odd reason we got a crew that was from up north, which was weird. Leonora goes, yay, rain. Yeah, my sis lives in Washington State, so crazy how fast they drive in the rain. It's because it rains there all the time, so they're used to it. They probably have the seasoned tires for it too. Dusty goes, they will try to miss them off the road into lava fields that are unforgiving. Cars flip over or hit someone head on. Wow, that's scary. That is scary. Chris is like, deer is why I don't like driving at night. I would not. Apparently, we have deer here, and I've seen them. I've seen the deer. It's a weird thinking that we have deer here, but I've seen them. I've seen them on my hike too. I'd be hiking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at the deer. But I've seen them while I'm driving, and I'll see them like on the hill. and we have the signs for deers, and I was like, yeah, right. Why do we have those? And then uh, uh years later I'm driving and I actually see deer and I was like, okay, those signs are there for a reason. So I would never want to hit a deer. That has to be scary. And I would feel so bad. I know they could do some damage on your car, so I would feel so bad too because it's a deer. All right, guys, I'm going to open it up for questions. So keep the questions going. I know we're talking about crazy drivers right now. Dusty goes, they will total your car. Definitely. Matthew goes, I've seen bear signs here in Florida, but never seen one there, but only in the news we do. Apparently, I now believe those signs. So don't, maybe one day, Matthew, you'll see one. We get bears over here, but it's more toward the mountains. Like the cities that are at the base of the mountains, get bears in their backyard. Right now we're just kind of talking about I'm I'm opening it up for questions, Kyle. And then we're talking about crazy drivers and such right now. No way, Chris. I've seen dead bears on the highway in Tennessee. Oh, that's crazy. I've never seen that anywhere here. You know what? I've never seen a bear, luckily. Even when I went to the mountain. Well, I mean, I've seen it at the I've seen a bear when I've gone to the zoo, but never like out in the wild. Tyranna, thank you for your super chat. You're doing an awesome job. Thank you, Tyranna. Hearts for Tyranna. Rochelle, what's up? Hearts for Tyranna, guys. Guys, keep the questions going. And then we're going to head over to Nerd Report Daily. Thank you, Rochelle, for gifting 5 memberships. Rochelle gifted herself a membership. Priscilla, JS, Leslie, Chrissy, Bia. Oh, Bia wasn't there. I can't read. She's already a member. But welcome all the new Wolfpack members and hearts for Rochelle as well. Thank you, Rochelle. Dusty goes, if someone is driving the speed limit of 35, crazy drivers will make bad passes. I have people passing our curves around us following someone who just wants to drive the speed limit. Oh, that's crazy. Thank you, Chris, for being a member for 5 months. Always enjoy your show and this community. Hugs. Hearts for Chris as well. Thank you, Chris. I don't know, Rochelle. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Did it just say Rochelle got a membership? But apparently you gifted yourself. I don't know how that happens. I guess you can do it. You proved it. which is crazy. So just know you can gift yourself a membership. Thank you, Rochelle, again for gifting one membership. Welcome, Carol, to the Wolf Pack. Hearts for Rochelle again. Thank you, Rochelle. That is weird that happened, Rochelle. Oh, the duck, the skeleton duck. Thank you, Chris, for reminding me. The skeleton duck. I don't think you're ever going to find it because it kind of blends in the background. But I put it. Wait a minute, hold on. Right there. You can kind of see it, but you kind of can't because it blends in with the wolf skull mask. But he's right there. Right where my finger is. He's butt up again. Oh, Matthew's saying it happened on another stream as well. Oh, that's crazy. Rochelle goes, great hiding spot. Elaine's going, I finally found it. It's like blended in there, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave it there. I even had to put Post-its behind because it's behind my Funko Batman pin, but behind it there's nothing behind it, so I had to put Post-its to prop it up. Bia thought it was just over my head. Heather goes, Heather whatever said I looked there but thought no, it's a spider. Actually, the spider is there. I think I have another spider somewhere too, but the skeleton spider is on the light behind me, like right above me. And then right above me is an alien. Dusty was like, I was looking in that area but couldn't make it out. You were close, Dusty, close. Chris thought it was behind the big peep. That is actually what's in front of the peep is a face hugger ornament. Heather, whatever goes, as long as no dolls sneak up on you, they won't. I would, if they do, I'd take a selfie with it. I'd have to catch it on camera. And then believe me, if I have a video, it's not going to be edited because I suck at editing. You would be able to see the edits if I edit. You would see the double edit and it wouldn't be a smooth transition. My editing sucks. It's good considering I just mess around, but it's not good compared to some of these other people that I see editing videos. Tyranna goes, I was wrong. Great hiding spot. You're getting real good at hiding spots. Thank you, Tyranna. I've always wanted to learn how to edit where they snap their fingers and they change clothes. I could never do that. Always thought that was a cool edit. Rochelle goes, do you think you'll ever forget where you put Skeleduck? I sometimes forget to hide them because and then until I see them, and then I'm like, oh, I have to hide them. Daniel goes, I thought we were going to have a duck painted neon green or pink. My luck has been running out. Heather whatever goes, I messed with still images. Even when I edit images, you can see how bad it is. It's not my forte. I mean, probably if I practice, I could probably do a little better, but. Oh, Daniel, the duck is, right there. It's butt up again. Well, if I didn't have my glasses on, I couldn't see it. Heather goes, if Lisa goes off cam, she's re-hiding the duck. Maybe. Heather whatever goes, it used to be easier, cheap apps, but but not now. It isn't. I try to use Photoshop and on my but then again, I never learned how to use it before, so I'm kind of just tinkering with it. I can kind of edit video, kind of, but not as good as. I'm proud of my editing, considering I never took a class or anything for it, so hey. Photoshop is like in another language. Heather, whatever. Well, for me, it is. I mean, I can tinker with it. Like, I can figure it out, but to get really in depth with it, that's where I get lost. And I'm usually really good at figuring things out, but that was just it's another language for me. Chris goes, it gives me a headache. It can. I mean, it seems confusing, but I just start from square one and then I go from there. Because if I look at it as a whole, then I'm like, no. Daniel, it's because it's like really hidden. It's like sticking up. It's like in that area. I know it's in that area because I put it there. It's there somewhere. Watch it. It went down. Hold on. No, I still see him. He's still there. I don't know if it because I had it propped up, so I don't know if it fell down. Dusty goes, hoping you have a good weather tomorrow so you can get out. We will. It's supposed to be super hot. They're saying like 80s. Well, super hot for January here. So I'm hoping to get some. I'm definitely going to try to get out in it. Heather whatever goes, I wasn't patient. I just used 3 free apps. I'm hoping to get out in it because I do need to get out in the sun for sure. That's what the weatherman's saying, though, allegedly. So we'll see what happens. I never believe the weather until I actually see it because sometimes they're off, but they're predicting the 80s. But according to my app, it's saying like It's saying like 77, but still, that's still nice weather, so I'll take it. I know. I think that's what I need. So I'm gonna try to get out in it. I need the sunshine because I've been in a rut the last couple days. So I think my skin just needs to take in the rays like Superman. Ozzy goes, I got fried a week ago recording the live at a surfing competition. Had sunscreen on too. So many people getting burnt here at the moment. Wow. I stay covered and I wear a hat, but usually like my hands will get sun or something. Cause I'm a vampire werewolf. I'm a vampire in the sense I'm not a fan of the sun because I hate getting sunburned. But I don't mind being in it if I'm like if my hands get burned, then I don't care. Cause for some odd reason it doesn't bother me as much. But I just don't like it in my face. And then of course a werewolf, who wouldn't want to be a werewolf? Dusty goes, it's been in the 80s at sea level here too. The sun is enriching. You definitely need it. No matter if you're in it for just a little bit, you still need it. It's good just for your mood. That I Dusty, I know it's weird because when we're going through summer, I'll see pictures of Australia going through winter and I'm like, "What? Am I seeing right?" Heather whatever goes, bring in your lightweight cape. All right, guys, I am gonna end the stream here. Thank you for joining me, guys, for this fun-filled Saturday night about Skinwalkers. If you are watching me on the replay, don't forget to comment. If you haven't done so, I have pinned my Patreon on the top of the chat. It is free to join. It's just another way to keep in touch. I'm gonna start posting in there because we just found out that Ozzy got unsubscribed by YouTube to my channel. So also triple check to make sure you are subscribed. I will see you on the next one, which will be Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you everyone for joining me. Stay spooky and good night. And I'll see you on the next one. And you should be rerouted directly to Nerd Report Daily, so check it out. It looks like they are talking about Mad Monster with Kevin Spacey as a guest, it looks like. Yes. So go check them out. You should automatically be rerouted, and I'll see you on the next one. Good night, guys. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, guys. Good night.